Good evening and welcome to the ribbon cutting of our open house of Fire Station number 22. I'm Fire Chief Tom Forward, and we are very happy to be opening this new station today. With me today is my boss, Mayor Barb Buckhorn, and Councilwoman Lisa Monteleone, but it is my pleasure to present to them and present to this community the opening of this great station. And I really appreciate all of the outpouring from the community, from the City of Tampa's leadership. I see my police chief, Jane Castor, is here as well, who always supports us on the other arm of public safety as well as many other department heads here as well. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce to you and bring to the podium Councilwoman of District 7, Councilwoman Lisa Monteleone.
I'm going to keep this short because the rain clouds are forming. It was already raining when I left downtown, but thank you everyone for turning out for this. It's such a momentous occasion. We, on the way here, passed Fire Station 21. Now we've got Fire Station 22, so we've got tremendous coverage. We'll reduce the response times for the community, which is all important in matters concerning life and death, which is what the fire department and the police department, address all the time. So thank you very much for being here, and we look forward to Fire Station 23. Thank you. Mayor?
Thank you, Councilwoman Lisa Monteleone. And at this time, I'd like to introduce you to my boss, Mayor Bob Buckhorn.
You know, I was here 10 years ago when we opened Station 21, and it's been a long time coming. This has been desperately needed. Certainly Joe Catano has been relentless in his support of this. Where is Joe? Joe served, there he is, right back there. Joe was a former city councilman who was a great advocate on behalf of New Tampa and has always been prodding us and pushing us to make sure that the coverage here is what it needs to be. And so, Joe, thank you for your advocacy, not just on behalf of your residents, but on behalf of the men and women that we see here in uniform. You've been a great supporter of law enforcement, and we appreciate it. So, Joe, thank you very much. There's somebody here, this is not on the script, but I'm going to do this anyway because I'm the mayor. There's somebody who's retiring from Tampa Fire tomorrow, who has given 30 years and 5 months to this department. He has risen to the level of chief. He is an all-round great guy and a great role model for a lot of the young officers that are coming through the ranks. We are going to miss him. I know his wife wants him home. I know his pastor wants him in the church. But I will tell you that this community has been well served by Ron Shipp, and we are lucky to have had him with us for 30 years, and we wish him all the best. Chief. I think it was the fact I got elected that drove him to retirement. The Station 22 is a state-of-the-art station. It is a green station. Many of the features that you will see here today were not available the last time we opened one of these stations 10 years ago, whether it was the Florida-friendly landscaping, whether this is a station that's heated by solar energy. So as a city, and you see around here many of the folks that worked on this. Herb Fecker even came back out of retirement to be here. Herb, thank you for all that you've done. But there is a lot of city staff that was involved in this, from James Jackson to David Vaughn to our stormwater people to John Fernandez to Tom Snelling, folks who are not associated with fire service but understand how important the job that these men and women do and pitch in every time Tampa Fire or Tampa PD has a need. They really love doing it for the men and women that get up every day and put Kevlar on for us. This station wouldn't have happened had it not been for President Obama and not been for the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act. We were one of 100 grants that were given around the country to help construct this. This is your federal tax dollars being put to work, and this is a good thing. Anybody who tells you, and this is kind of the silly season where they start talking about how reinvestment in our local communities and reinvestment in infrastructure doesn't make sense. I'm standing here to tell you as mayor, as someone who has to deliver services on the ground level, reinvestment and investment in our infrastructure, whether it's bricks and mortar or whether it's roads and sewers, makes a lot of sense. So don't listen to those who come up on these 30-second commercials and say that it was a waste of money. This is what we get out of that federal government grant. This is what we get in roads and sewers. This is important to mayors because we actually have to deliver on the services that we are required to provide. So this is a great day. It's a great day for New Tampa. We've got a lot of projects going on in New Tampa. We have upwards of $20 million right now in play in New Tampa, whether it's the New Tampa Bridge, whether it's the Force Main, whether it's the new park that's going to be opening. We've got a commitment to New Tampa, and we are living up to that commitment. We are putting our money where our rhetoric is, and I couldn't be happier to have New Tampa as part of this great city and have an awful lot of new neighbors that have moved here over the last decade and who are moving here currently over the next decade. So Chief, let's cut this ribbon. Let's celebrate with our New Tampa neighbors. We've got a great group of ALS certified firefighters that are ready to serve this community. For those of you who have not met them yet, they are the best in the country. And if you ever, yeah, that's right. If you ever get in a jam, you want Tampa Fire Rescue coming for you. Pure and simple. They are professionals. They know what they're doing. They are courteous, and they are the best in the business. So when you get a chance and you see a firefighter in the grocery store or you see a firefighter out on the street, you make sure to tell them thank you, because they do stuff for us that we don't have the courage to do for ourselves. And so thank you to the men in blue, the women in blue, the men and women in white. Thank you for what you do. You make me proud every day, and you make all of us proud that you serve this community. Thanks. Let's cut this ribbon and have some fun. Or you want to just help me because I do it on three? Okay, you just hold my hands, all right? Hold my hands with 2 hands. Ready? New Tampa, you ready?
Yeah!